A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant legal battle that has captured the attention of the nation, a jury has ruled in favor of the New York Times, concluding that the newspaper did not defame former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin in a 2017 editorial. This verdict comes after a retrial of Palin's claims, which she argued had severely damaged her reputation. The jury deliberated for approximately 2 hours before reaching their decision, following closing arguments from both sides during a civil trial held in Manhattan Federal Court. The editorial in question was published on June 14, 2017, shortly after a tragic shooting incident at a congressional softball game. The piece discussed the connection between harsh political rhetoric and violence, touching upon the role of Palin's political action committee in the political climate leading up to a 2011 mass shooting that injured former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords and resulted in the deaths of 6 individuals. James Bennett, who was the opinion editor at the time, admitted during the original trial that he had inserted an edit linking Palin's PAC to the shooting. However, this connection was later debunked, leading the Times to issue a correction within 14 hours of publication. Despite the correction, Palin pursued legal action against the Times, claiming that the editorial had incited a wave of death threats against her. In the original trial held in early 2022, the judge indicated he would dismiss the case, stating that Palin had not met the burden of proving actual malice. However, the jury continued its deliberation and ultimately sided with the Times. Following her legal team's appeal, the case was revived by a 3-judge appellate panel, which found procedural faults in how the original trial was handled, particularly regarding juror exposure to the judge's comments about dismissing the case. After hearing the verdict, Palin expressed her disappointment but remained optimistic about her family life, stating, "I get to go home to a beautiful family of 5 kids and grandkids and a beautiful property and get on with life. And that's nice." Her attorney, Kenneth Turkle, argued that the Times should be held accountable for what he described as a reckless disregard for the truth, advocating for compensatory damages for the harm inflicted on Palin's reputation and mental well-being. He urged jurors not to be misled by Palin's composed demeanor during her testimony, emphasizing the profound impact of the editorial on her life. Conversely, the Times legal representative, Felicia Ellsworth, contended that the editorial was an honest mistake and highlighted the newspaper's swift action in correcting the error. The jury ultimately sided with the Times, reaffirming the principle that publishers are not liable for honest mistakes. This verdict marks a crucial moment in the ongoing conversation surrounding media accountability and the implications of political discourse in America. As the dust settles on this high-profile case, both Palin and the Times have indicated their intentions to evaluate their next steps, with Palin vowing to continue advocating for responsible journalism. The legal battle has not only spotlighted the complexities of defamation law, but also raised questions about the responsibilities of media outlets in reporting on politically charged topics. As the nation watches closely, the implications of this verdict will likely resonate beyond the courtroom, influencing future discussions about the intersection of politics and media in an era marked by heightened scrutiny and polarized opinions. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.